The stream is live. Here we go.
Yep.
Can you see how many people are in?
Currently on the screen it says 0, but
I don't see the number.
you might not be able to. Now we're getting some. I got like 7. It'll probably start coming in. What's going on, Barrows? Chiss up.
And there's a private chat.
That should just be. Can you see those? Can you see that comment?
What comment?
There's a few comments coming in on the comment section on the side.
Oh, comments. Trade resale. Oh, here we go.
Yes.
What's up, guys?
We don't have many people in here right now, but we are coming on. I'll keep reiterating this tonight. Doing a live stream, jumbled up with work this week, so we were having a tough time recording. So yeah, we're coming on here tonight and just talking up with you guys. Rob Jake's in here. What's going on? Brian Daly, what's up? Toxic Spectre, what's up? Jay, what's up? I don't think we're trading Brees Hall, but we'll let more people fill in here, and then we'll start talking some stuff. And
thanks for coming in, guys. This is gonna be fun. It's like the good old days, just with the camera.
Yeah, it's like Spaces, except we can't.
You get to see our beautiful faces.
Oh my God.
Garrett Wilson is all right. That'll be the first thing we talk about. I like that.
Yeah, we just need to let some more people filter in here.
Top 45.
Yeah, that's insane. That was nuts. That was the fact. Yeah, and by the way, our third, Pat Winters, is he has a child's birthday. His son is turning how old today?
He's turning 4. My beautiful godson is turning 4 today, so it's just gonna be us two. Had to go into his preschool, read a book. That was fun. Anything to get out of work, right?
Yep.
All right, I like the questions you guys are asking. We're gonna get to these.
Yeah, give us we're at 2:30 live here, so let's just wait till 4 minutes, 5 minutes maybe. Let people. Is that cool with you?
Oh, I think you meant 2:30 people watching. How many people are in?
We have 50 right now.
Nice. Hell yeah, dude.
I can't tell. This is our first time using StreamYard, so full transparency, but I do like this a lot. So,
I mean, 50 people. Let's just start riffing, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's start out, right? Those Kurt Banker tweets were absolutely insane this past week. It's interesting because I thought it was because he was like an Aaron Rodgers groupie. I thought it was because Garrett Wilson kind of forced Aaron Rodgers, or it was a big part of getting him out of town here. And so to see those comments, it didn't surprise me. I'm like, all right, they're buddies. He's going to go to bat for his pal and slam Garrett Wilson. The funny thing, dude, Jets Twitter is absolutely unbelievable because this guy stepped into the ring and instantly just got absolutely ran up on by everybody. So some of you in the chat here probably threw some chirps at him. He backpedaled extremely hard after some of his tweets from last year came out, where he was saying that Garrett Wilson is this is this guy that's like a top tier wide receiver. In that second tier of wide receivers, he said he was better than Devonta Smith, which I don't know. I don't see how a year of Garrett Wilson going for 1,000 yards has you putting him below Josh Downs. It's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard in my life, actually. Garrett Wilson is a top 15 receiver, I would say. He's a bona fide number 1. There aren't a lot of those in the NFL. And to have that ability, and dude, he does this with shitty quarterbacks, right? I mean, last year was the first year you could say maybe he had a good quarterback, but he was also in a receiver room with Devonta Adams, and so the whole thing was just bizarre. And in exactly like you said, Brian Daly, Kirk Banker, it's like a solid content creator. I actually really enjoyed his stuff. But that take, man, then he followed it up with saying Nico Collins is the modern day Julio Jones. Again, like I don't know what he's watching, but the whole like I'm smarter than you because I'm in the NFL. I was in the NFL and you're not. It kind of it faded away from me a little bit when he was dropping those receiver takes because I'm not in the NFL. I didn't play past high school, and I can confidently tell you that Garrett Wilson is better than Josh Downs, Jerry Jeudy, a few of these guys. I mean, Jones
even
is an absolute alien.
You look at like him even putting you talk about all these guys, but like even look at number 10 because now I'm looking at his list and I see Drake London at 10. Drake London's not better than Garrett Wilson. Like he's at
no, but there's an argument. Like that's not an insane like.
Okay, but
you're on crack take.
Who are you taking out of those two?
Me, I'm taking Garrett Wilson.
And I'm sure a lot of people are too.
See, that's taking. Yeah, no, I agree.
I mean, he has Drake London over Tyreek Hill.
Who's his top 10? Do you have that up?
Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown, C.D. Lamb, St. Brown, Nico Collins, Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas Jr. at 8. Who can
see? All right, this is where I start to disagree because like I'd say Malik Neighbors and Garrett are like somewhat. So okay, Malik Neighbors is probably going to be a little bit better this year. But what the fuck are we talking about? Brian Thomas Jr., he had one good year. And then his defense of his argument is that, like, oh, there's not enough tape on Garrett Wilson, like, doing it. And then he puts guys like Ladd McConkey over him who had, like, a good rookie season. Garrett Wilson's gone for 1,000 yards every single year he's been in the league with Zach Wilson and Tim Boyle and fucking Joey fucking playing quarterback at this point. It's insane. I don't.
I talked about this too with one of our other friends, but it makes you think, was this clickbait? And I genuinely don't think it was.
No, I don't think so either.
Because you look like he like a lot of people in the chat are saying too, like he's a reputable guy in the media. I like his stuff too. Not anymore, but this doesn't seem to be something.
I still do. I'm not gonna write that off. I mean, he's an idiot. That was it was probably clickbaity. He knew what he was doing. He's not dumb. You know, it's like, ugh. But that was one of the stupidest fucking takes I've ever seen in my life. So we were originally going to record a podcast today and do like round 2 to 7 prospects to look at. Unfortunately, me and Joey have been absolutely slammed with real life work. So we didn't get to do that deep dive. We could probably get into it a little later with guys to like watch out for. How about what the hell's his name? Tyleek Williams, the OSU guy, the D tackle. First of all, I really want him in the second round. If he falls there, slam dunk, dude. He is a fucking force in the run game. Putting him next to Quinnen Williams, that'd be a dream. It looked like he like tore his ACL running that 40, but luckily it was just a cramp. I don't know if you saw that, Joey.
I did not. No, that was today at the pro day.
That was at his pro day. Favorite free agent acquisition? I mean, all right, well, let's remove Justin Fields from the conversation because right now we're looking like we made out like bandits with a 26-year-old with his running ability. And okay, can we talk about Justin Fields? Because I think we haven't talked about him enough. Given the fact that he's literally our starting quarterback, we've been doing this draft stuff. I want to talk about Justin Fields. What I like most about that signing is now you don't have to take a quarterback in like the 3rd or 4th or 2nd or whatever. You don't have to take a Jackson Dart. Like you don't have to force a QB pick because you already kind of took your swing. And like if you look at these guys in the draft, it's like, yeah, he might be a backup quarterback. He might be okay. Like if you go down the list, there's not a single starting quarterback in the NFL that you can look at besides Dak Prescott that was drafted outside of the first 2 rounds, I'll say, because like Jalen Hurts was drafted in the second. It's just so rare. You need to get your quarterbacks in the first round. So with the signing of Justin Fields, it kind of Brock Purdy, but again, like okay, he's the best value of I think I've ever seen of a draft pick. He's up there in terms of like,
or maybe Russell Wilson too.
Russell Wilson, okay, but like, go down, like, dude, Lamar, Burrow, Allen,
Yeah, I'm not
like,
disagreeing. I'm just
they're all
giving
first
these
round
guys
picks.
their flowers. You know?
So I'm not saying Justin Fields because he was a first round pick 3 or 4 years ago is like this. Oh, whatever. I'm saying that we don't have to force a QB pick in the middle of the draft, and we can actually address like needs. Right? We need as many swings at skill positions and real needs like outside of quarterback as possible. So with Justin Fields, it's like okay, he's 26. Let's see what he's got. And if you take anybody else, it's still that attitude of, okay, maybe he works out, maybe he does. You already have that, like, you took your swing, and it's almost like the equivalent of drafting like a Jackson Dart, I think, right? I mean, like, he's a lot of potential, dude. Justin Fields, he's 6'3", 230, and can run a 4.4 at quarterback. Like, that's pretty crazy. And he's a cannon of an arm. He just has to figure it out. And the same can be said about Jalen Milroe. The same can be said about a lot of these guys. And that's my favorite part of it. We weren't left with like imagine we signed Russell Wilson, how gross we'd feel right now. Like, it's
I think the
disgusting.
Giants fans feel Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston with your regime on the brink of getting fired. I mean, that's just not a great, with your win total opening up at 3.5. It's not the best spot to be in, you know?
Yeah, they're disgusting. If
What do you think about this though? I mean, I was thinking about this today, and I think, like you mentioned, there's so many needs, and with Justin Fields being so young and being that dart throw, it's almost pushed me to think I don't want to take that middle round QB. Like, I just want to fill out the roster as much as possible. That's kind of where I'm at. Like, I do,
Yeah.
like, I'd love to pick like a Jalen Milroe in the 3rd or 4th round or wherever he goes, but this team has a lot of holes, and I think they're banking on almost getting they're probably banking on getting probably 5 quality starters out of this draft with the way that they approach free agency.
I mean, 5 quality start. If they can get 3 and like 2 quality backups, that's a ginormous win, dude. I mean, like, you know, I was watching. I saw Connor Rogers 3-round mock. That was really good. You guys should check it out. First of all, their content is unbelievable. But he had us taking Tyler Warren at 7, Tyleek Williams, the OSU D tackle, at in the 2nd round. And then, oh my God, the Georgia guard, what's his name? Look this up real quick. What's his name? Do you guys know?
Comments got us probably.
The Georgia guard, his name is like something Tate.
Ratledge?
Something.
No.
Yeah, no.
Is it
Tate Ratledge?
Tate Ratledge. That's what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I really liked that trio, dude. And he offered the suggestion of, like, the guard class is pretty deep. So, like, if you want to wait on offensive line, you can take a guard and potentially kick AVT out. Josh Myers is not kicking out AVT. That's not, like, he's not good enough to reorganize your entire offensive line. But if you take a guy in the 3rd and you want to get your 5 best offensive linemen on the field, regardless, I really feel as though maybe taking a swing at a 3rd round guard and kicking AVT out. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. And plus, if AVT performs, all of a sudden that's like a huge hole filled for the future. He's like 25, 26, 25, I think. And you're looking good. You pay him. You don't let tackles leave in free agency, and you barely let guards leave in free agency. So I don't mind that at all. My priority still remains Membu. And one thing I want to touch on, a few people have mentioned it, is this Tyler Warren. I like using the word prospect fatigue, right? You hear so much about a single player, people start to overanalyze them. And is Tyler Warren Brock Bowers? No, they're completely different players. I think Brock Bowers had that, like, really I've never seen a receiving tight end in college like Brock Bowers, who did it for like 3 years. But we're talking about a Tyler Warren who he absolutely is like a slam dunk tight end prospect, just in a different regard. He can play, he's really good at blocking, and he's a very good pass catcher. A lot of these guys have been like, oh, he has more drops than I thought. I saw that floating around the timeline a little bit. he's not going to be perfect, but goddamn, dude, that guy is so athletic. He plays like he's the best player on the field every single time he's out there. And if he's the pick at 7, you'll find no complaints from me because you need a pass catcher next to Garrett Wilson this year. You cannot. I mean, Tyler Johnson can't be your number 2, right? Like just in terms of like options, like tight end. If they take Tyler Warren, he's their number 2, right? That's
what
it's not Madden. I'm not looking at it like, oh, who's our wide receiver depth chart and this guy's good. No, if you draft Tyler Warren, you have basically a receiving core of Garrett, Tyler Warren, Alan Lazard as of right now, which is hilarious. I'm still under the impression he's not going to stay.
He's got to be gone. He has to.
Yeah, it makes no sense to keep him.
I'm going to start. If you guys, I just thought of this too, Tony, a workaround about this, the StreamYard link thing. If you guys do want to come up here live, I wouldn't mind if you DM me on Twitter, and I'll just send you the link live. So if you want to come up, DM me on Twitter at Holland Hundos. I'll get that up here. 1 second. How do I get rid of this question?
Give us Tet. Dude's a monster. He's my dude. They can go so many ways at pick 7. Did you just hear that, dude? My apartment's nuts.
Hard not to, man.
That's Armand Membu running his 40 right there at 320 pounds. Tet would be my option number 4, I think. I think right now my priorities would go Membu number 1, Tyler Warren number 2, Mason Graham number 3, and Tet number 4, I think. I think he can be a really good possession receiver. I'd rather fill the need with – we haven't had a dynamic tight end in God knows how long. And we also haven't had a dominant offensive line since 2011 when we went to the fucking AFC Championship. So I don't know. I like a wide receiver 2 at pick 7 with the needs that we have. I don't know. I'd rather just take a shot at like a super dynamic tight end and he's the best player at his position in a relatively weak draft class. I would just lean that way, but by no means, like if we draft Tet, I would, you guys know me by now. Like I would be a happy camper. When we drafted Sauce, dude, I was like, what the fuck are they doing? And after like 5 beers, I was like, oh, dude, we drafted Sauce. Like, let's fucking go. And by that time, we had Garrett Wilson in the bag too. So that was just an unreal day.
It's kind of funny you mentioned, talking about the 7th pick and Warren or Tet or Membu. I will say, and I haven't even told you this, I'm starting to lean more Warren over Membu right now.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. It's because I feel if we get down if they go offensive line in round 1, I don't see them taking a wide receiver at 42. I feel like they'd go defense. I just have a gut feeling. I could be wrong. But I just don't know how many holes, like you say, I like Tet McMillan a lot. I just don't like him at 7.
Yeah.
I just don't.
See, my thing would be if you take Tet, that gives you wide receiver 2, and I think you'll be able to get that OSU D tackle or Oregon tackle Conley in the 2nd. I don't hate it, but I'd rather just take. Dude, my thing is, let's just say they go Membu and then a defensive tackle in the 2nd, right? They just go all big. They would pretty much be forced to make a move like signing Tyler Lockett. I think you can't roll out with Tyler Johnson, wide receiver 2, Alan Lazard potentially being forced on the roster when you're trying to rebuild the culture and you just got rid of Aaron Rodgers, who's his like butt buddy. So I think if they were to go the pure fat boy, like defensive tackle, offensive tackle route, they would almost have to sign like Keenan Allen, Tyler Lockett, Stephon Diggs got signed today, which was an overpay, but was he yesterday?
Yeah, last night. So you're really not lying about being busy at work.
Yeah, guys, I'm stacked right now. That's why I haven't been tweeting as much. But they would have to go that veteran wide receiver route and then take one in the third probably. And your receiver room would be Garrett, Tyler Lockett, a third round receiver. And by the way, I don't mind this receiver class. Like in terms of depth, I think there's a few guys that like have like traits where they're either like burners or there's not a lot of like possession receivers like I'd maybe want outside of Ted. But oh, dude, imagine like Luther Burden in the second. That'd be badass.
I know. I'm just scared that if they take, I don't know. I just don't know how we haven't seen Muji draft before, so we have no idea how he operates. Obviously, like over the years when we saw Douglas, we saw that he had some sort of weird fetish with running backs. I don't know what Muji's strategy is here. I really do feel like it's between, like you said, either I think it's Warren or Membu, honestly.
I do too.
And we talk about this a lot in the podcast with the trade back stuff. And I see a lot of the trade back stuff. It's just, we don't know if they're going to have a partner. That's really what it comes down to. Hopefully maybe the Dart stuff actually comes to fruition and people are buying into that smokescreen, which obviously is a smokescreen. But
that's a smokescreen. Yeah, dude. All right. So this whole like Rich Samiti coming out saying, don't rule out Jackson Dart. Todd McShay saying, don't rule out Jackson Dart at 7. That's the Jets trying to find somebody to offer them a package for pick 7 because they know they have holes and they need to fill them. So if they project, hey, like we're thinking about taking Jackson Dart at number 7, if you're the Raiders and Shador and Ward are off the board, then they're going to be like, well, that's funny. Why don't we consider Jackson Dart? It throws everybody off. They're not taking Jackson Dart at 7. It's not going to happen. They wouldn't have. Like they would have gone a different route at quarterback had they had legitimate interest in Jackson Dart. So yeah, that's all that is. That's not anything to really like buy into. But we really want, dude. We want Shador to go to the Giants. That'd be huge. If you can push down like Membu, Warren, Graham, like you push those guys down another pick, that'd be huge. Do we have faith in JJ to be okay after this Achilles?
Give it to like week 6, probably.
It's tough, man. That's a position where like your entire get off is like based off of that.
Yeah, your planet leg.
Tendon.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stress put on that tendon. So he's going to need some time to warm up. The Achilles tear is like the new ACL tear. Remember when like you tear your ACL and you're fucked?
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
So I feel like the Achilles is like the new, because you got to figure out an ACL now. It takes you a little bit to like warm up, but with Achilles it's a little tougher, especially with like an edge rusher. Is he the right person to come back from an injury like that? Yeah, he's like a super cool, hardworking dude, and if there's anybody that could do it, it would be Jermaine Johnson. And I'm really hoping he does, because if he doesn't, then we're kind of, you have a new need that opens up. You need another edge rusher out, on the other side of Will McDonald. So that'll be interesting.
I want to address this too. I'm just scrolling through. I'll put up some comments if I see them, but I saw someone, might have been Jay. Jay, thanks for your participation here. You're really, I can't sift through all the J comments here. I'm trying to find the one where here we go. In terms of this is again personal. I know nothing, but number one, how much would it cost for Olave? And number two, he's legitimately probably 1 or 2 concussions away from having to seriously consider retiring. But like Tony, like what are you giving up for? Like, is it at 2? Like, I don't want to give up a 2 for him, for a guy who may not. Like, what's the price? It's such a weird situation because he's been hurt so much and he's so young. I just have no idea what that price tag would be.
It would be like a 2 probably.
Yeah,
It'd be a huge risk.
I'm not doing that.
If he didn't have the concussions, I would. That's like you'd like really think about that if he like became available. But with all that concussion stuff, man, like people like to buy into like the Ohio State gang getting back together. That it's like narratives. Like the Knicks did it with the Villanova guys, and like teams don't really give a shit about that stuff. As you can tell with the Knicks, they traded one of their Nova guys away almost immediately after getting Mikal Bridges. I'm not touching that. Too many concussions. It would probably cost too much. He's a guy that, like, do you pay him? Like, we're trying to pay Garrett Wilson right now. He was in the same draft class, so he's like in the same exact boat in terms of getting paid. He's good for sure, and he would offer that like burner wide receiver that we desperately need. Like we need like a Jameson Williams type of receiver for this offense. So yeah, he would definitely fill that role, but for a 2 and maybe more with his concussion history, it's probably too steep for me. And I think that was like kind of like a fan rumor. I didn't hear anything about that, and I haven't seen anybody.
He did tweet today, just 2 crying, laughing emojis, probably something with contracts with the Saints. But
he probably saw that people want him on the Jets, so you think it's hilarious.
Probably that could also be, but I'm not here to. He actually, and I looked this up. He has this is confirmed head injuries. He has 4 in the NFL and 1 at the collegiate level. He had 2 in 2024 and 2 in 2023, which marks 4 in 2 years. I mean, again, the fact that 2 is still playing, I'm pretty surprised.
Yeah, but he's a quarterback.
And this guy is this guy's taking hits over the middle. Like at least Tua can somewhat protect himself and lay down. Like,
yeah. Thoughts on Brandon Stevens signing? I actually have thoughts on this. I don't think it's nearly as bad as people think. It's basically a 2-year deal. He's a big, like, physical corner. And if I'm Aaron Glenn, I see that he's a super sticky corner, right? He sticks to guys in coverage, no doubt. He had a down year this year. But even if you watch his tape, man, he's, like, there on almost, like, all of the plays that he lets up a catch on. It's just a matter of, like, getting his head around and making a play on the ball. If you're Aaron Glenn, you can kind of, like, bet on – it's almost like taking, like, a swing. Like, I don't want to say, like, a draft pick, but, like, you can say, all right, this guy's really good at sticking to the receivers. It's just a matter of getting his head around and making a play. So if Aaron Glenn thinks that he can coach him up to potentially fix that, I have no reason not to believe that he can, help Brandon Stevens out. They paid him a pretty big deal, so clearly they believe in his abilities to a degree. He's not playing safety. He's going to be the corner 2 next to Sauce. And he's going to be playing on wide receiver 2s. Like, I think you'll see Sauce travel more this year, which is going to be nice. I've been slamming the table for that for 2 years now. It's super annoying that he didn't travel. And they're running like a zone, like a man-heavy scheme. So Brandon Stevens, he's big, physical, sticks to receivers, just needs to get his head around. If Aaron Glenn, a former Pro Bowl corner, thinks he can get that out of him, then I'm totally cool with it, man. It's not that big of a deal. Like, we didn't hand out any money this year, so if Aaron Glenn takes a swing on a guy that he sees something in, we have to give them the benefit of the doubt, right? I mean, we don't really have a choice, but it's a new regime. Like, we don't have anything to base anything off of yet, right?
I mean, were people happy? Like, there wasn't this giant uproar. We got DJ Reed. Like, think about that. It's kind of, was there? I think it was pretty split. You look at, this is what I don't like when people do, is they go to the Reddit. I mean, I'm guilty for this too. I don't base my whole opinion off this, but they'll go to Twitter, they'll go to Reddit, and they'll be like, oh, they're celebrating that he's gone. Okay, like, do you know the full story? No, he's been in the league for X amount of years. He's had up and down years. He had a bad season last year, but like you said, look at the tape. He's constantly sticking on guys. We have no idea how they plan to use it. We have no idea what this defense is going to look like. So let's just take it. Like I said this on the podcast, I kind of got fired up about it. I'm getting fired up now. Just take a deep breath. We have no idea how. There was a point too where I don't know why, if the Jets did it to troll all of us, but when they posted him at safety and then switched it back to corner, like I legitimately think they did that on purpose to fire people. But there was a point where I thought maybe they could switch him. Maybe he will. We have no idea. It is March 26th today.
No, they're not going to make him play safety.
Especially, I mean, I really thought they were going to bring Eccles back in some form. I thought maybe then there was going to be a chance, but at this point in free agency, he is 1,000% going to be. And who knows? Maybe he ends up being like a DJ Reed level CB2, which would be beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude, you're right. They paid DJ Reed like $10 million, maybe like $12 million a year.
He wasn't playing like he was on the Jets on the Seahawks.
No, was he on the 49ers or the Seahawks before?
Maybe.
It was one of those two. Maybe I think it was Seahawks. Or no, was it? It might have been a completely different team. Oh my God, what team was it? I completely forgot. He definitely played on the Niners, Seahawks. Because I know Robert Saleh liked him because he was with the Niners.
San Francisco and Seattle. His first couple of years.
Who was he with before he signed with us?
Seattle. And it was San Fran for his first 2 years in 2018 through 2019. And then he went to Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you don't know with these guys. Like, we can't all pretend that we know everybody before after we sign them, that's when we do our homework. And like DJ Reed wasn't a guy where I was like, all right, we got to sign DJ Reed. Like, this is, so let's just see with Brandon Stevens. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt because it's like him and Cisco and Fields were the only like 3 moves they really made. So we'll see. What do you feel about the Jets win line opening at 5.5? I feel like they're going to win over that.
I feel like it's fair if that's what you're asking. I mean, brand new coach, brand new GM, like quarterback that hasn't maintained a starting job for a long time and done it at a high level. See them winning 6-7 games, like absolute best case scenario, probably 8 or 9. Best case, I do not see them going above 9 wins. That would be, if they do, then they would be. I feel really great because we just spent a combined like nothing on free agents, but we'll have to see how the draft shapes out. We haven't seen this regime really get a draft, or I mean, this isn't really like a real free agency. I feel like they really went bargain bin. They went younger guys with high upside, like you said, with a couple. Like the Fields was big. Cisco, I feel, was relatively big with almost his whole contract being guaranteed. But I think that's a pretty fair line. What do you think? You think 5.5 is fair? I wouldn't put it any higher than that.
I would put it at 6.5. I think. It's not. It's the same team minus Aaron Rodgers plus Justin Fields, and hopefully better coaching with a whole new draft. And who do we lose, dude? Who do we lose?
What would you put it at, Barles?
Me personally, I would say 6.5. I think they're going to win 7 or 8 games. I don't know if that's being like super.
I think that's pretty optimistic, but
is it?
I mean, 7.5.
7.5. Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to knock anyone for saying high. I love it because we need more optimism. Yeah,
coaching's such a difference. I agree, man.
It is, but we don't even. The thing is, like, and I'm very high on the Aaron Glenn hire, but we don't even know if he's going to be a good coach. So, I think a lot of people just assume that it was like insert Aaron Glenn and we just automatically get an extra 3 games, which is maybe true based on how bad the last coaching.
I mean, Ulbrich was the worst.
That was pretty bad. Yeah, you're right. Anything is better than what we had. It was horrible.
Dude, let's run through that coaching staff real quick. You had Jeff Ulbrich at head coach and defensive coordinator. You had Jeff Downing at offensive coordinator.
Well, it was Hackett. Downing. It was Hackett. Don't forget that.
It was Hackett. Then you go to Nate Downing. Nathan, what the fuck was his name? Downing? What was his first name? It was Keith Carter. Todd Downing. Todd Downing at offensive coordinator. And it's hilarious that the offense actually looked better with Downing at calling the shots over Nate Hackett. Nate Hackett's abysmal, man. Holy shit. And you had a lane. I'm not even going to go through the defensive staff, but man, it's just a piss poor coaching staff. So I don't know. I liked like you have a shot at having a good OC in Engstrand. Like, you don't know what he is. I think it's fun to have a first time offensive coordinator. I enjoy that much more than like having Nathaniel Hackett, right? And then you have what's his name? At defensive coordinator. Oh my God, I'm like blanking today.
I'm sorry, I was reading comments, so I didn't know
what the fuck is the defensive coordinator?
right now? Wilkes.
Yeah, Steve Wilkes. God, long day at work, guys. I'm gassed. Who's like an established DC? So you want to what, man? You got to think the defensive side of the ball is going to be better coached, right? And you hope that the offensive side of the ball looks better because you have this like mystery box at OC. And Aaron Glenn can kind of sit back and be the CEO type coach. So,
Tony, if you don't answer Rob Jake's question, he's going to crash out.
Okay.
Answer it.
Thoughts about trading up from second round to leave for Skitabuka? Yeah, dude, that'd be awesome. I'm totally in. I think he's like tailor made to be like a high end receiver too. And plus, if you trade into the first, you get the fifth round or the 5th year option, which is obviously huge. It depends how far he falls, though. Like, dude, if you walk away with Membu and Ibuka in the first round, well, we're looking good. I don't give a fuck about stopping the run at that point. Like, play offense, man. Like, let's see a team that plays offense. I would be totally cool with just going offense, first 3 picks. And then you take like a tight end in the 3rd. Fuck it.
Mason Taylor
Taylor in the 3rd. That'd be awesome.
Quick check in here. Go follow there. That'd be appreciated. And there's about 107 people listening. If you want to join the call, just DM me. I'll send you the link. You could pop in. So that would be fun. But we will continue with questions. We just need to know. Can still be creative. Yeah, that'd be super efficient. I'm still like pissed off that you think about like I don't want to call it a waste with the Rodgers thing. I'm not gonna harp on it, but like bringing in like Nate Hackett, we kind of had like just a gap of like really no next offensive coordinator. So I feel like this is like our first new offensive coordinator in years after having just absolute garbage.
Hey, it's funny because like Mike LaFleur, I think he's actually like a decent offensive coordinator. He would run circles around Nate Hackett, and they fired him because Woody Johnson needed some blood. And now he goes to the Rams, and he's under McVay. And I'm sure in a couple of years you'll start to hear Mike LaFleur's name in head coaching rumors because anybody that touches the Rams is automatically a head coaching candidate. So it's unbelievable that they hired Nate Hackett to lure Aaron Rodgers here, and the guy blows out his Achilles in 4 plays. It's like, it's honestly bullshit. It's absolute horseshit.
I know. I think I saw this floating around. I wasn't on Twitter much today because I was busy, as we've said about a billion times. But the thought of trading Quincy Williams potentially, what's your thought on that? I know he's in a really cheap contract right now. I personally would just say let him ride out this last year. I think I saw something about like trading him away and then drafting the Georgia linebacker with the 7th pick, which sounds like an absolute. Now I would not be happy with that. But let's just say that's out of the question. What's your viewpoint on Quincy Williams in general? Maybe a possible holdout with Sherwood getting the money. Where do you kind of stand with that?
It's such a tough situation, right? I mean, on one hand, Quincy Williams is like a pretty like damn good linebacker, but he's older than we think, right? I mean, he's like 29 years old. They went young. They paid their middle linebacker, and if you're gonna pay Jamie Sherwood $15 million, and then go out and pay Quincy $15 million, you're now committing $30 million to a middle linebacker room of Quincy Williams and Jamie Sherwood. To me, that doesn't sound elite. It sounds like good, but it doesn't sound worth $30 million, right? I mean, that's what you pay like a number 1 receiver in today's NFL. So in terms of trading him and drafting somebody this year at number 7, absolutely not. I don't think that's the move. We don't have an in-house replacement for him right now. So I would just keep him. And one man, if he's not Hassan Reddick, he's not going to like hold out and completely fuck his career. So I would hang on to him, let him walk in free agency next year and figure it out in like the middle rounds of next year. See if you can develop a linebacker. I think that's what I would do. I wouldn't trade him for a third and then use the 7th overall pick on replacing him, because it's just you just paid a 25-year-old, $15 million. I don't like that. That's my take on it.
Rob Jake's getting antsy again, Tom.
I'm with a rework deal if he's with it. Yeah, dude. We got someone coming in?
Who?
What'd you say?
I said Rob Jake's getting antsy again. I put his question up on the big board there. We could also would you guys be down to for us to do a mock draft? We could do a mock draft live here, a couple different situations. Let us know if you want to do that.
Yeah, let us know. We're open to anything, man. We're just hanging out.
This is very fluid, but you can go ahead and answer. I don't know much about Kyron Lacey. What kind of trouble did he get in?
Barles Chissa said yes to the mock drafts. I don't know. This is why we have computers. Let's see.
I know. I don't know exactly what. Maybe Rob expand on the.
He got arrested.
Did he? I know he had a good season last year.
He was jailed on charges stemming from fatal car crash.
When was this crash?
This story came out January 13th, 2025. I mean, listen, man. If he's a talent that can. I'm big on taking talent that falls because of legal stuff, because it never ends up it never ends up like it doesn't matter. If we could go back in time and let's just say we had the 8th pick and Jalen Carter was there, you take him, right? And he sounds like a pretty similar legal situation to me with a fatal car crash that he whatever I know Kyron Lacey. He's the LSU receiver. I know all about him. He's a little bit older, but I don't know, man. I feel like these guys can end up figuring it out, and I'm all for taking Joe Douglas didn't do this. He was big on high character guys, and that's good. But you need a little I don't know, man. You need a little edge, and he might be a scumbag. I don't know. I don't know the full story with Kyron Lacey. He might be a dirtbag, but I don't know, man. I'm really I'm talent over character. At this point, we had a coach that couldn't manage the locker room, and I think we have a coach that can manage the locker room now. So if a guy with really, really good talent coming out of the draft drops to the 4th round because of an arrest, I wouldn't mind it. Is that fucked up?
I was half listening, but I mean, if he drops and he didn't do anything I guess insanely horrible, I would take him. At the end of the day, I'm looking at a lot of these guys from a football perspective, not.
Yeah.
I mean, again, do I want to trade for Deshaun Watson? Definitely not. No.
No. That's different.
That's I'm comparing apples to oranges here, but you know what I mean. If there's a guy and he got arrested because he was driving 110 in the 35, yeah, I'm going to draft him in the 3rd round if that's the reason he's driving. That's what you're asking. I don't think that's that crazy. Do you want to jump into a mock draft here?
Yeah, let's do it.
By the way, if you guys want to, again, come up, we could do mock drafts together. I'm down for that. But me and Tony are going to rip one first here. Let's see if this works.
Oh, it's a negligent homicide and felony hit and run. That's not good. Rob Jake, that's not good charges.
Yeah, Rob, I'm not too sure that. Can you see this, Tony? Can you see my screen? You can? No?
I cannot. We're trying to work through this StreamYard thing.
You should be able to see it. Hold on. Let's try this again. How about now?
No.
Hello? No, you still can't?
No.
Let's see if I could see it. If chat could help out here, that'd be extremely helpful. No, nothing. That's great. That's awesome.
What happened to Kelvin Banks draft stock? Why is he not a thing anymore?
It's a good question. I haven't heard his name in a good bit.
Jaden Higgins is my favorite mid-round receiver. If he's there in the second, I would be all over it. Jalen Royals, Jalen Noel. Oh, Jalen's here. Isaiah Bond is like, isn't he the insanely fast guy? Yeah, dude, he ran a 4.39. That's a guy like, I wouldn't mind if they took him. Like they need somebody fast on the outside with like blazer speed. Present, dude. Press present.
What do you think I'm doing? Do you think I'm stupid? Oh, maybe this is why.
Because you pressed present. I'm kidding. Why is Kelvin Banks a weak left tackle now?
What was that?
You left and then.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if this may be.
Because he's weak. He's literally weak. That sucks. How many viewers do we have, Joey?
We are at 115 right now.
Are you serious?
Yes. Why?
All right, I'll keep you guys occupied. Abdul Carter's going number 2.
Here, I'll throw some questions up if while I'm trying to figure this out. It's just Rob and Barles.
So I'll go through my top 7 right now as I see it right now.
There we go.
Hey, there we go.
All right. Now we're good.
Can you zoom in?
Dude, I'm just trying to figure this out, man, right? We could do that where you don't see our faces. Do you prefer that?
Do you have the same sources as Slick Rick? No, but me and Slick Rick are friends.
Oops.
And we lost it.
Yeah, because this is what you want to do. You want to be big shot. But no, we're not going to zoom in. I'm just going to oh my God.
This is our first time doing this, guys.
You got to bear with me here, man. I'm trying. I'm just going to leave it like this for now. Or I could do this. Let's just do this. You can see our faces. All right. So you need to let me know because I obviously can't. Actually, I could do this.
Zoom in literally. Yeah, that works.
Wait, no, you can see my screen right now. So
I can't see your screen at all.
You just see the tab, right?
Yeah, no, it's just the tab still.
I have a workaround for this, guys. Again, I'm firing on all cylinders right now. No, I can't. It's fine.
I'm riding with. I love it. Charles Bishop, I think.
Yeah, and before I start the mock draft, who here listens to this podcast, and what do you guys think of it so far? I'd love to hear.
Yeah, we'd love to know.
Feedback. Before I get into the mock draft, I want some answers. That's what I'm. What do you guys think? Any feedback? Anything good, bad? The ugly, the good, the pretty, all of it? I want to hear it. We obviously got some people in here riding with us, so. All right. Barl says he doesn't give a shit. He just wants to see the mock draft. I'm just kidding. Thank you, man. We appreciate the support. Let's do this. So I think these should be like probably there. Draft for needs there. Public for speed that board is all the way down. We'll do it. What do you want to start with? Do you want to do full 7?
Let's do full set. Let's do 4.
All right, let's start with 4. And we can operate each one of these drafts under the impression of, kind of like I would base everything off of the first round here. So if we want to go in doing tight ends, we'll do a tight end and go from there. But let's just see how the board falls out here.
Oh.
So Travis Hunter goes 1. Look at this.
Wait, what? Is Membu there?
Correct. Membu is there.
He's there. Okay.
So it looks like this is it. This is a funky one here. Let me move this over so I can see the chat as well. You guys are more than happy to, we're more than happy to have you guys participate in this. So please, it's pretty much we're left with Tet, Tyler Warren, and Membu. I mean, this is a pretty good scenario to be in.
Yeah, this is a great scenario. What do I think they're going to do? I think they're going to take Membu in this scenario. So let's start off with him. Or we could trade down. Is that a thing? You did a 9.
I don't think we have any offers. It would show up. But then again, I just got a PFF account last week, so
Okay. In this scenario, I would take Armand Membu.
yeah, we're not going to trade yet. I'm just going to call you Charles. I'm not calling you Barrows. Like I can't do that. Let's just take Membu to start here.
Yeah.
God, is he so? Yeah, like Malachi Starks is someone who I was talking very early on in the draft process, and now he's ADP is 19. And I thought he was going to be more like 28, 29, but let's take Membu here.
Okay.
My guy Watts went. That sucks.
The pick before, that's unreal.
That's not nice. We are looking at the chat too. TJ Sanders is the guy I was just talking about. My buddy.
I mean, if it's me in this scenario, I'm taking Jaden Higgins. That's what I'm doing. Let's scroll through.
I would run the card up. I love I'm a Jaden Higgins guy, man.
Me too.
Really am. I know you are. You got Restrepo there.
Restrepo ran like a 4.8, man. Ugh.
Yeah, but I feel like he could be sneaky good.
Shamar Turner, my guy from last episode, still there.
Yep.
He's a little more of an edge, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think you.
I mean, in this scenario, you have to go. You have to go Jaden Higgins, right?
That would be. I mean, if these were the first 2 picks, I would be ecstatic. I really would.
Where did Tyleek go from OSU? Go up in the. Curious. There he is, right there.
Where is it?
So he went 37 in the
37.
scenario. That sucks because that would be a great pick. But Jaden Higgins, that's what I'm taking here, no doubt.
Annoying how there was 3 defensive linemen right here in this 34 to 37 range. But let's rip it with Higgins.
Yeah. I think that's the pick. This would be a great draft already. And there's your guy sitting right there at tight end, man. Holy shit.
But then we already took Membu. Never mind. This is a guy, and we talked about this on the podcast, but Ozzie Trapilo, a very, very heavily mocked to the Jets 3rd round pick.
Yeah, because he's hearing all these PFF things. That's why. He's always just there. If you don't take a tackle, then you just take Oz.
But I will say, if at 7 we don't get Warren and we end up going offensive line or defensive line, there's a very high chance I feel like we can take a tight end, and I feel like that guy's going to be Mason Taylor. I am very scared about his. Like, I feel like he's very one-dimensional in terms of pass catching. But I feel like that's something that can be coached. I really do.
But you need a defensive lineman as well, dude.
Vernon Braun. That's a name that I hear a lot. ADP is 145. Interesting. What's his deal? Do you know his deal?
Who, Vernon Broughton?
Yeah. Why is his ADP is 145? He's ranked at 78 though. Interesting.
Winston. Kevin Winston from Penn State. I mean, yeah, safety.
I was just going to say before you commented, I could also look at safety, which I don't hate.
I don't know. In this scenario, man, if it's me running this team, I take Mason Taylor.
I always feel like if I'm going to say F it, like I'm probably just going to say F it at safety, which isn't great, but I'll probably go Mason Taylor here just for if we want to. We could do more.
Okay, now we have to start taking, dude. Isaiah. Should we just rebuild our receiver room?
Pretty nice, man.
All right.
I see again. Sanker's another name that I see a lot mocked to the Jets in the 4th round.
Dude, we need an interior defensive lineman at this point, and probably 2 of them. Jamari Caldwell.
God, there's just too many holes, man. It sucks.
Sanker's probably the pick, but they need a defensive lineman. Who is this guy? What is going on here? Aeneas Peebles. I don't trust him just based off of his name. Anybody named Aeneas? How big is he?
There you go. There's a measurable.
6'1", it's like 290 is not big enough. Fuck him.
I want Sanker here. let's just do that. Just
All right,
we're gonna rip more mocks.
There's our draft. What do we get?
We got a B.
I mean, dude, if they did this, I'd be all over it. Like I said, if they go offense top 3 picks, I would not be a unhappy camper.
I'm telling, and I think you're going to agree with me. I think there's going to be a D tackle in these first 3 rounds, so I feel like this was a bit unrealistic. But I for 100%. sure see defense in the future. Let's do a new one. I'm just gonna keep ripping it, unless you guys want. Let me check my. I doubt anyone. Yeah, it's funny. Everyone wants to come up on Spaces. They don't got to show their face. But the second we get on camera, no one wants to come up and do mock drafts with us. It's all right. I get it. We want to stick with 4. We want to go. You want to just every time go up a round? Go 5 rounds this time?
Yeah, let's do 5 rounds now.
You get warmed up here. Okay, let's start the draft. Let's see what PFF's gonna have. That's a little bit more. God, man, what I would do to have this pick, man. What I would damn do.
I know. If we lost to the Jaguars,
Charles wants us to trade down. I think that's certainly a possibility if we have a trade partner. But let's be realistic here. Who is trading up?
They're picking at 7. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. And in this case, I mean, again, I would take Membu, but we could go a different route.
We got to go different. Warren. I would take Warren here. This does seem popular though. Genty to the Raiders. That does seem popular. But man, I just looking at the top, like they're just going to make out like bandits here. It really pisses me off.
The Patriots are having a splashy free agency, no doubt.
All right, let's take Warren. I think we will do a trade down. I don't think it's likely, Charles, but let's just take Warren here for the sake of it, because I really do feel like that's going to be a pick. But. All right, let's see who got stolen from us here. We got my guy Watts there.
So where does Membu go if you don't take him at 7? Whoa.
He went 2 picks later to the Saints.
He goes 9.
Yeah. And I mean, that realistically could be 8 because I do feel like he's going to be the first tackle taken. I think Will Campbell will go after him. So Tet goes to 12. I actually kind of like that fit for Tet. Dallas. Just going through.
Ibuka goes to 22. See, like that's why it'd be tough to trade into the first for him.
Yeah, just I feel like a lot of these times people think that they're going to be there later on, and then their stock just rockets.
Yeah.
Wide receivers
there's going to be a lot of movement.
All right, let's go back down here to our pick at 42.
Okay, so we knocked. Oh, there's Watts, man. He's sitting there, but dude, there's no tackles.
The problem is here, like we talked about this on the pod too. Like a core 4 could, and people won't like this. I don't think I would really like it either. But they could roll into next season with him starting at right tackle. He has starting experience. Would I like it? Probably not. But there's a lot of holes. Somewhere on this team, there's going to be a hit, whether it's at safety. I don't see them not addressing the interior defensive line. I don't think who Glenn is as a coach. Would you agree with me?
Yeah, I think they probably go defensive line in this case. Who is that though? I mean, I don't see
Turner. Turner's there.
Go to his first look. He's a big boy, man.
That's a big dude.
But he plays like edge. Like he is like JFM. He really is.
Edge is a sneaky need. It really like I don't know if it was you, Charles, who mentioned the how much we trust Jermaine Johnson off the Achilles, but it is a sneaky need. It really there's always too many holes. That's the problem. And you just got to pull the trigger and you got to bite the bullet somewhere. But I really like Watts a lot. I really do. Or again, Jaden Higgins is there. But we did take Warren here. So that probably gives me a little bit of leeway. If we take
Tyreek Williams off the board?
Yes, he went 2 picks before. So this again, TJ Sanders, Tyreek Williams, these guys that I'm looking at to fall to us are they keep going. Charles says, look at Landon Jackson. 6'7",
Holy shit. Who the fuck is this guy? At just under 6'6". How tall is he?
A lot of the big complaints that I see with these tall guys is that they're like automatically at such a disadvantage with getting leverage.
Yeah, their pad height is like a foot above everybody else, so it's like tough to be like bendy.
I saw that with that dude out of Texas as well. I forget, I'm blanking his name. Yeah, I mean that's
keep looking. Do we just go sexy and go Jaden Higgins? No, we can't.
We'll try to switch it up every mock draft, but man, I really would like. I feel like if they do you think if they take tight end, they're going defense with that 42? Is that what you feel? Like if they go Warren,
I would go Shamar Turner.
Let's go Turner. I like that. Where'd he go? There he is.
So I don't like this draft though. Yeah.
Not a fan of it. But
all right, now you have to take Oz, right? That's what you have to do.
But I don't hate that. Like this is where if they ended up getting Isaac Trapilo at this pick, I literally would make the first two picks better for me. I think this is a pretty easy pick.
And then I would go Isaiah Bond. That's what I would do. You take a receiver. Look at his 40, dude. He's 21, 5'11", 180, runs a 4.3. He plays super fast. Like I actually know Isaiah Bond. He is insanely fast, dude.
World-class speed. You can't beat it. Let's do it. Let's rip it. We're making decisions quick here on these past couple.
Okay. And, this is 4 rounds. So we took a tight end, we took a receiver, we took an OT, and we took
we have 2 5th rounds. That's right.
That's right. We do have 2 5th rounds. So now you kind of have to go safety, right?
I would think that's the next. Edge. Getting another edge would be nice. It's tough. It's funny. It really is crazy how you could be like a 4 or 5 star recruit coming out of high school and then just drop to the freaking 4th, 5th round. It is crazy.
I mean, you probably go safety, right?
I don't like tackling.
Technically be drafting, but they don't do this, man. They're not going to go picks 1 through 4 all needs.
No, it's not going to be.
They're going to take something else. Like they're going to take something else. Like, do you take Quinn Ewer?
Dude, if we're looking at like last year's draft, they're going with like Jarquez Hunter or something, but we're not.
Yeah,
with that regime anymore. Is he on the board? Senker. I don't think so.
Not. Go to the board. Where'd he go?
It's gone.
Yeah.
Gone. It's gone. It's literally gone.
Do we have 133 live viewers right now? Is that accurate?
142. 138 through Twitter and 4 on YouTube. You're very lonely over there, Charles. Again, if you want to come up and do a mock draft with us, it's literally right there. So it's still up there.
Yeah, just freaking DM us, man. We're bored.
I would love for someone to come up and do a mock with us. Get on the freaking camera. Stop being a baby. All right. Who are we?
If I can get on camera, you guys can get on camera. It is scary, though. I will say, I was very iffy on doing this. Billy Bowman.
I just don't know much about Billy Bowman, if I'm telling the truth.
I'm not going to act like I'm a Billy Bowman specialist.
I don't like, again, I'm not going to base everything I know off of.
Bowman is one of the best ball hawks in this class. But I feel like you need a more like in the box safety next to Cisco.
I agree.
Someone that's like Trevor Etienne.
Would you hate a guard here?
No, I wouldn't.
I would not.
Oh, dude, I would take Kyle McCord. I'm not even kidding around. You have 2 5ths. Just take Kyle McCord. Fuck it. I don't hate that.
I've actually heard a lot about Upton Stout, and I'm not even just saying that.
He's 5'9",
But I've heard a lot of
165. What the hell is this guy?
Scouting summary coming soon.
Nick Nash, Coney, Josh Winter, Cody Simpson, Cody Simon,
Charles says Hawes.
Jackson Hawes. We would double up at tight end.
What do you think about because this is what makes me believe that Warren's going to be the pick at 7 is that I really thought they could have brought Conklin back to $3 million a year. And with them not doing that, it's essentially you have Stone Smart, Ruckert, who is I don't even know with him anymore.
A tight end room of see now I don't think you need. I forgot about Stone Smart. I wouldn't double up at tight end. I would take Upton Stout here. Fuck it. Western Kentucky has treated us very poorly in the past, but Hawes is a blocker.
Dude, we got a C. I mean, really?
Yeah, we got a B-. All right.
We got a C for Tyler Warren at 7. I mean, like, really? Did they give us like a little write up or something? Like nothing. This is what we get for when you paid for this. Just this.
Oh, it gives you just a nice big old grade.
God damn. Come on, where's no one? Someone's got to come up. It's ridiculous. Let's do another mock draft. Huh? Let's go all 7, right?
Let's do all 7. Fuck it. Let's do it.
Every time I look at the damn, they always make out like bandits. Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter. I could see. I mean, do you think Shador goes 2? Do you feel that?
I mean,
I feel like that wouldn't be the craziest thing for them. But man,
all right. I mean, Membu's here like every time.
We can't just take Membu for the sake of switching it up. How about this? Charles? You get to pick. Who do you want? Who do you want here at 7? He's our only active.
It's the Joey, Tony, and Barles show today. I love it.
Barles Chisholm. Who do you want?
Barles.
Who do you want at number 7, Mr. Charles? I'm leaving it up to you.
Did you say
he's
calling in? He's calling
Let's
in.
go.
Let's fucking go.
DM me. I'll send you the link. This is that's peer pressure at its finest, right there.
We got to get a look at Barles here. This is
I'm
gonna
excited.
Be great.
I'm excited. I'm waiting for my DM here. He's had enough. He wants in on the. I love it. We will be patient here, but let's look at the first 6 picks here. I think this might have been the same.
So let's just talk general draft real quick. From everything that I've heard, and you guys can piece this together by looking online at this point too. It's going to be Cam Ward at number 1. It's not going to be Shador at number 2. It's going to be Abdul Carter at number 2 as of right now. Me personally, I think it's going to be Shador at number 3. Travis Hunter number 4. Mason Graham number 5. Ashton Genty number 6. I think it's going to leave us with Warren and Membu at number 7, and I think they go Membu. And Joey, I get like you can't be messaged. Barles, you can message me.
That's weird. Or do Vultures Row. Either one. I can send you the link. That's weird. How could I not be messaged? Is that true? That's weird.
I just got the most fucked up. Some of the DMs that I get are like wild. And I'm not even going to say what this one's about, but it's fucked up.
Can you send me a screenshot of it?
Yeah, this is fucked up. It's about like it's not even football related. This is it's not even about the NFL. But no, it's
why can't I? Can you go to my Twitter and see if that's true? Like, why the hell would I have that turned off? And can someone help me turn that on? Like, what the hell?
He DM'd me. Send me the link. How do I send him the link?
I'm sending it to you right now. I just sent it to you.
Over text? There it is.
Correct. Go right in there, send them that, and now I need to figure out why the hell people can't message me. That's bizarre. Maybe because he's not following me. That's potentially the issue.
All right, Barles, the link has been sent.
I was gonna say something before and I got sidetracked. Can you send me that screenshot? Because I'm really curious. But anyways,
It's about the Yankees.
can you send me a screenshot of it?
Yeah.
Is this like I'm not gonna tell everyone, but God, Tony acts like I just met him last week.
I
I mean, like, it's weird.
was thinking maybe you could piece it together. And that is
Why are you getting like weird like?
I don't know. You have a page like mine, dude, and you get scoops like about just about everything. That's not a good one.
If you're just joining in, we have 140 people in here. We're one of our YouTube viewers is coming up and doing a mock draft with us here, and this is where it stands as of right now.
Kirk Cousins is going to go to the Browns. That's something that's probably going to happen. I'm not seeing it. I'm just telling you.
There he is.
Hey,
what's up, fellas?
How we doing? How we doing, Barles?
I was wondering who was behind there. Thanks for coming up, bro.
Chatty Cathy over here.
I love it. Thanks for tuning into all of our stuff, bro. We really appreciate it. This stuff's fun, man. You get to fuck around with the viewers, do some bullshit mock drafts. You seem to know more about the middle rounds of the NFL draft than we do, so we're glad to have you up.
Yeah, thanks for coming up, bro. Appreciate it.
How many
Anyways,
rounds is this?
What's up?
We're doing a full 7-rounder right here. So
Let's do it.
I'm gonna give the floor to you because we've done enough. So you're faced with this. Can you see everything all right, by the way?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So first round, I would go Membo.
I love it.
Just fill out the O-line.
Now, there's a lot of people who are hysterical online saying that we shouldn't draft. I won't say any names because you could maybe piece together if you're on Twitter. But like, what would you say to the people that don't want to tackle in the first round?
Get a top 10 O-line in the NFL right away.
I'm not disagreeing with you, by the way.
There you go. You get a top 10 O-line. You have a top 5 rushing quarterback. You have a top 5 potential running back. You just run the shit out of the football.
I love that. That's exactly my thought process too. See here, all right, I would go Jaden Higgins. If you take Armand Membo, I would go Jaden Higgins.
Yeah. You want to show me the wide receivers?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right.
Too slow.
I like Higgins, but I also like Jalen Noel and Jalen Royals.
Dude, the Iowa State receivers are nice.
Yeah. You want to go let me see. Go back to the big board. Just the big board.
Gotcha. Am I
Just
X.
X out of the board. Yeah.
X.
X.
Thank you.
So I think in the top 4 rounds, we need an offensive lineman, a safety, a wide receiver, and a tight end in whatever order you want to do that. So I think you can probably get a comparable wide receiver like in the 3rd round. So I would go Watts here.
I love it.
Okay.
That's my pick. So I love Watts, man. I think that would be a badass secondary.
And then Mason Taylor's there, but you want to show me the wide receivers real quick? Yeah, I would go Noel. No hesitation.
Yeah, dude, I like that.
I've seen a lot of with the Iowa State wide receivers that they're sent Higgins and Noel are.
So Noel's a little bit smaller, but he's a freak athlete, like freak. So he'll be fine.
Let's see. I just want to take a look at this. 5'11", 200.
5'11", 200 is not that small.
I mean, he jumped out of the gym. And then we need a tight end, but we also need some defensive linemen. So
Let's just take a look at what we're working with here.
Gunnar
Helm is a
Helm.
name I see all the time. What was the other position you wanted to look at, Charlie?
like defensive linemen.
Gotcha.
DIM.
Do you know anything about this Peebles guy from VT?
Undersized. I don't love him. I want a big old fucking fatty next
Me
to
too, dude.
Quentin Williams.
I agree.
Um,
What's your opinion on taking a quarterback in these mid rounds here? Maybe not 4, but like, what do you think about maybe the 5th round, taking a dart throw at one of the guys?
I mean, if
You
you
like
can get
anything?
Will Howard in the 5th, sure, but there's no reason to take quarterback because we have Justin Fields for 2 years, and then at the end of the day, if he doesn't work out, we just draft a quarterback in the 1st round next year.
I'm starting to like this pick more. Like if I could maybe pass on Watts, which I really like, and get a Sanker. I saw you commenting him before. I really like Sanker, so I wouldn't mind grabbing him here if we had not taken Watts. But
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
here
Gunnar
I would
Helm.
either show me my picks again or our picks again. Yeah, so tackle, safety, wide receiver. Go back to you don't have to go back anywhere. I would go either Gillette or Gunnar Helm here. So it's whatever you guys think.
I like Helm at this spot, dude.
my gut says Helm, but
Dude, you can't go into next season with the tight end room.
I also like Jamari Caldwell. He's a fatty too.
Is he? Will he make it to the 5th round?
6'1", 340.
This is the 4th.
This is the 4th
Would he
round.
make it to our next pick?
No, he would not.
Fuck.
Who else is going to be there? That's the question. Is there any?
The Nebraska kid. Scroll down a little. He's going to be there. No,
Hutchinson?
Ty Robinson. Ty Robinson.
Oh, Ty Robinson.
But he's a little bit smaller. But he's like a freak athlete.
6'6", 310.
He's slim, but he ran like a 4.9 or something like that.
I'm with it. I would take Helm at tight end and then double up on D tackle in the 5th round.
I'm
Let's
cool
do
with
it.
that. I'm cool with that. Okay. We just want to look at D tackle here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ty Robinson, I like personally, but
I mean, what do you think? What do you think about these guys in front of him? Like,
Zeke Biggers, he can't be small with that last name.
6'6", 320.
320. Holy shit.
I think you're right. Again, don't know too much about.
Take Ty Robinson, and then we'll see who else is left. This is a great draft. I would love this.
All right, let's see Ty Robinson.
Kobe King, Jackson.
we
This-
also need like a linebacker. Like Quincy's not going to be here forever.
I agree.
So we need someone to come in after him. So
LB.
Kobe King is an option. Cody Simon's also like a stud. I'm weird. I'm a Jets fan from New Jersey, but I'm an Ohio State fan, so I know that kid's a stud.
Simon, you said.
Yeah, he's a stud.
What about him do you particularly like?
He's tackling. He doesn't miss.
Dude, I love that. We suck at tackling.
I just made the executive decision. I don't care. All right.
Now you can fuck around.
Oh boy, here's Pat's boy.
Tyler Shuck, there he is. Nah, dude, he's 26. Fuck that.
Yeah, that's not for me personally.
The way I look at Tyler
Yeah.
Shuck is he's going to be Cooper Rush. He's going to be the best backup
that.
quarterback in the league.
I mean, in the 6th round, that's a steal. If you're guaranteed a good backup,
He's the best backup QB in the league, dude. He ran like a 4.6.
I know he's like sneaky athletic. If he were 22, he'd be like a top 10 pick.
4 years too late.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and act like a fucking genius on
We're
anything
just. It's so funny how we're doing this, and we just.
This is how you learn, though. This is how
Yeah.
you learn, dude. We got a draft. We have a month to lock into the draft.
So look at this.
draft.
There's no. I will bet so much money that there will not be if I'm saying this right. There's going to be a repeat pick of some position here by now.
I think it's going to be D-line.
I think you're
I
right.
agree. I think it's going to be like interior.
I think they're going to load up.
Since
I
you're a
also
big,
like
go ahead.
I also like Jack Nelson as like a depth offensive tackle.
Is there any because you're a big Ohio State guy, is there any Ohio State guys like this slate that you really like outside of Cody Simon? Not
No.
really. He's kind of the guy. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. What do you say that you liked at this point?
Defensive tackle or edge. One of the two.
Edge is a sneaky need.
Let's go to the edge. See what we got there.
Oh, Tim Smith. Oh, no, wait. No, Zeke Biggers is still there. I like Zeke Biggers, dude.
I mean, just name value alone is like crazy.
Value alone is 6'6", 320. I'm locking Zeke Biggers. I mean,
Sold, man.
That's the Michael Clemens replacement.
I got anybody but him. All right, here we go. At this point, first of all, thank God they don't have a 7th round pick. That's awesome.
I hate 7th round picks.
Miles Frazier, lock it in, backup guard.
Frazier. Where is it?
Down low, right there.
There he is, LSU.
Say we did.
I mean, I like this draft. B-? We got an F on turnaround.
Wow. They did not like your pick there, Charlie.
That's okay. Doesn't matter.
That's amazing. Dude, if they come away with this haul, I mean, think about it. You fill tackle. You have a kick-ass safety duo at this point. I'm really high on Andre Sisco. I think he's going to be pretty solid, and he just had a shitty year last year. You get your receiver in round 3, so Tyler Johnson's no longer your second option. I think Noel would take the wide receiver 2 job, I guess. Gunnar Helm, you fill it out a little bit. What's up?
What do you guys think about like Malachi Corley? Like, you think he can take a second-year leap with a coaching staff that actually believes in him?
Well, that's the thing. We don't know if this coaching staff believes in him, and the way they're operating, like if you just look at the moves that they haven't made, it seems like they're higher on him than we would be, but we just haven't heard anything about it. It's going to be tough, man. Like, you have a receiver that put up little to no production last year. He's a gadget player. Like, I don't see him as like a.
I also think he was like obviously in the doghouse last year.
He definitely was, yeah. Bizarre to me that you hype up a 3rd round receiver that much and then don't play him. It made no sense, and the staff did that a lot. So it certainly looks like he's going to get a shot to at least crack the rotation of receivers. Me personally, though, I'm operating as if he's like a 0 right now. Like, I don't know. We don't know how Engstrom wants to use him. Like, his comparison was like Deebo Samuel, like, but obviously shittier. Is there even room for him in this offense? I don't know. Like, I wouldn't operate like he's a part of the plan, if that makes sense.
I look at him like people talk about, and I'm not, obviously Jordan Travis was injured for a whole year, but anyone that was drafted last year that is not a starter or has some sort of role on this team, like, their job's not safe. Like, Ruckert's not safe. No one is safe, because I just like if Malachi Corley came out last year and put up like 400 yards and a few touchdowns, we'd be like, okay, he's going to be he's locked in as wide receiver 3, but he just didn't. I mean,
well, he had one, and then he dropped it before he went in the end zone.
He had one.
I was at that game. I was like, what the? It was insane.
It's unbelievable.
You're
I agree with you, Joey, though. I think they're going to want to fill those slots with like their guys. Like Jeremy Ruckert, this staff has no tie to him, right? It's just like that was a Joe Douglas draft pick. He's not going to let him go before he like even catches a touchdown. Jeremy Ruckert's had 0 production through 3 years, but he was a Joe Douglas draft pick. So when you have like a new GM and new head coach, I feel like they're going to want their guys at like spots like that, like blocking tight end and like that type of stuff. So yeah, a lot of these guys that are like penciled in to have like these like heavy roles, they're either going to be like placeholder, like emphasis on placeholder, and then it's year one, so they're not going to. They can't overhaul the roster in 1 year. It's going to be like at least a 2-year process to get all their guys in. So yeah, I mean, all these like mid-round Joe Douglas picks are probably just like, I don't know, they'll get replaced at some point unless Jeremy Rucker decides to remember how to catch a football.
I question that because they didn't like make any crazy moves in free agency. Like I question that. So, they have to have some faith in some of the guys on the team.
I do agree with you. I mean, listen, actions speak louder than words. So the fact that they didn't go out and, sign like a wide receiver or tight end to like kick these guys off the roster, it makes you think otherwise, right? But again, I think their plan in free agency was to like bargain bin shop and like see what they can find for like cheaper 1-year deals. They weren't going to go out and sign like a long-term replacement. So I think the win-loss total that Vegas set at 5.5, it's almost like kind of fair because it's going to be like a trial period this year, man. They're going to want to see what they have. Like they don't know what they have. Like they can watch the tape. I get it, but you don't really know what you have until like you get in the locker room and you meet all these guys and you see how they're like implemented in your scheme. So they probably have like an idea, but I don't know. You can't replace like Michael Clemens is still on the fucking roster. It's like alarming. And like, I don't know about you, but if you go back and watch his tape from last year, that's like an easy, like get him the hell out, like sign a replacement. And they didn't.
So before I head out, what do you think is the first extension they make? Is it Garrett or Sauce?
Sauce.
Why?
It'll be Sauce. Just because that market like kind of just got reset.
So did the receiver with Jamar Chase.
But Jamar Chase, I don't think that impacts Garrett Wilson's deal that much. I think like the receivers that you look like if you look at like Brandon Ayuk, like receivers that are more similar to his level of play, right? Garrett's going to get $33 million per year. I think it can't go up from there. I mean, like right now, Jamar Chase got that contract because he's the best offensive player in football.
Would you rather have Ayuk or Garrett today?
Garrett, no doubt.
What about Higgins?
Garrett, but Higgins got 28. So like, but that happened. So that happened simultaneously with Jamar Chase, which is why I don't think like the receiver market got completely reset. Like Myles Garrett didn't completely reset the edge market. It's just that Myles Garrett's the best edge in the league, and he's going to get quarterback money.
I get that.
So you see Stingley get like $30 million, even though I don't think it's like actually $30 million.
That was inflated because it was a 3-year, $90 million extension after his rookie contract. So it wasn't like.
So it averages out to like.
It averages out to like 25.
They're going to want to pay Sauce first.
I mean, I would think they would pay Garrett first.
You think? I agree. I think you would pay Garrett first.
I mean, I'm not insinuating this. There's people who think that Sauce is all of a sudden just not a good player anymore. I think he was injured. I think he just had a down year.
What's a down year, by the way? I mean, he was still like
exactly. Listen,
cornerback.
He set the bar high. He came into the league and got all pro back-to-back seasons. Like I just don't. Now I could see them maybe saying, let's just see how he is the first half of the year. I don't foresee him, declining anymore. But maybe they want to see him get back to that all-pro level. I don't know. I just feel like
have any of the receivers in that 2021, 2022 draft class gotten extended yet? Is Drake London? He hasn't gotten extended.
No,
not yet.
So Stingley did, and he's like, I'd rather have Sauce than Derek Stingley. That's just
I agree.
Neat take.
So Stingley takes the ball away more, but Sauce, like he's locked down.
Right. Exactly. So I think you just have a little bit more room to wait. And from what I heard, the Sauce one was closer to being done than Garrett's. That one's going to be a little bit more lengthy. I think Sauce, you just pay him 20, like you pay him $1 million over what Stingley gets, and that's that. There's more receivers like to kind of compare to. And plus, nobody's gotten paid out of his draft class at receiver yet. So I think that's just like a little bit more. It's a little bit more of a tricky one.
Well, who else was the receivers in Garrett's class? It was him, Drake, and
Olave.
Olave. And
Olave's like,
Olave,
I don't know.
you can't even pay that guy because he
Yeah,
just gets hurt all the time.
yeah, it's gonna be Garrett might be tricky, but goddamn, I would have no idea what to do with Chris Olave if I'm the Saints GM.
JMO was drafted in 22 too.
JMO, yeah, and he hasn't gotten paid yet either.
Pickens, Watson, Shakir. Shakir got paid, right?
Yeah, $15 million a year. Kurt Benkert said he'd rather have Shakir.
Oh my god, it's not even worth not even worth talking about.
He's such a psycho.
That's contrarian.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. Whatever, we're not going to get into that, but yeah, I just think it makes more sense to get Sauce done, and then you can kind of play like the longer game with Garrett. I'd rather sign Garrett first, if that's what you're asking me. I'd rather sign Garrett for like 32. I would pay Garrett $32 million a year.
Yeah, my thought process is like Higgins. I agree. My thought process is like the wide receiver market's going to only inflate where the quarterback market is pretty much kind of where it is, and it doesn't change that much. So, I don't know. Say Justin Jefferson in 2 years, it's worth $50 million. Like that makes Garrett worth $40 million.
Mm-hmm.
Where Sauce will probably only be worth 32 within 2 years.
Yeah, it takes two to tango, though, right? I mean, Sauce probably wants to be the highest paid corner in the league, and Garrett knows he can't be the highest paid receiver. But if he waits it out a little bit more, if Drake London gets $33 million a year, then all of a sudden Garrett asks for 34. So I think it's not just the Jets, like it's not just them, right? Garrett needs to sign the deal, and it makes sense for him to wait a little bit longer and wait for like London. JMO, all these guys to get paid to kind of like inflate the market even further because it's only going to go up with the cap space going up. Like it's going to go up for him. But if we had a genie in a bottle and I could say, you could re-sign anybody right now for their market value, it'd obviously be Garrett Wilson.
All right, another question for you guys. Outside of Quinnen, because obviously he's our best defensive player, and Sauce, I'll say that. But I'm talking more about like front seven guys. Like, who is your number one priority? Would you say Will McDonald, Jermaine Johnson, or Quincy?
In terms of extending, or
or just like best player out of those, and who you expect the biggest season from?
Okay.
I think seven, because the back four they're going to be studs no matter what, because Sauce is holding that stuff down.
Right. My opinion on this, dude, I don't know if I'm like wild to say this. I think Will McDonald's like, he's going to be a good pass rusher. I don't know if he's going to get to like these like 13, 14 sacks. Like, I don't know. I really like Will McDonald. I think he's just going to like stick at that 10 area. But that being said, 10's really good. And Jermaine Johnson just tore his Achilles. So I'm going to go, and plus I have Will McDonald's jersey. Fuck it. I'm going Will McDonald number 1. Jermaine number 2, Quincy number 3. Just in terms of how the Jets value them, if we're talking about like production, I think Quincy's a really good player. Then I think it's going to be. I'm going to say.
There's also Sherwood. McDonald.
Yeah, they just paid Sherwood, so it shows you what they think of Quincy Williams, right? They could have extended Quincy instead of Sherwood. They went with the 25-year-old, and I would have done the same thing.
So what do you think of these rumors that they're like exploring a trade for Quincy?
I believe them. I don't think they're like completely false, because you're in a tricky situation. Like I said, you're not going to have a $30 million middle linebacker room, and your two guys are Quincy Williams and Jamie and Sherwood. Like, if you're allocating that much money, you better have the best linebacker room in the league, and I don't think those two are like two all pros, right? So I think they made their decision, and they're going to draft somebody in the later rounds this year, see if they can develop. If not, maybe take a swing in 2026, like maybe sign one. In an ideal world, you just let Quincy play it out. You don't open the hole for this year, and you let him walk, right? You got a good deal. he outplayed his value of like $7 million or whatever he's getting paid. And you say, well, you know what? That was a good deal. You pulled the DJ Reed. It's like, okay, we got what we wanted out of him.
But the other thing is too, is I think that these guys, they have a little thing for comp picks too. So maybe Quincy Williams has a great year. He gets the bag and then we get another comp pick. That's kind of what that's what I foresee happening. I agree with you. In terms of my order, I would say probably Jermaine, Will, and Quincy, because I think Quincy's just gone. I mean, he's 29.
You think Jermaine number one?
Yeah, I'd go Jermaine.
I personally think Jermaine Johnson's a better overall football player than Will McDonald.
That's
minus the Achilles. I agree with you.
Barring if he comes back healthy. I mean, who knows? I wouldn't expect him to be full go till like week 8. That's just my opinion.
Well, dude, the thing with Jermaine is like he can also like. You want to talk about a Michael Clemens replacement? That's your Michael Clemens replacement right there. And he's Jermaine Johnson's like a good football player. I mean, he can stop the run. He can probably get you like 9 to 10 sacks if he's healthy and, you know, playing to his potential. It's just the fucking Achilles, man. It's unbelievable. He couldn't have like torn his tricep or something. It's like,
yeah, I was at that game in Nashville where he tore his Achilles. I was like, oh. I was so pissed because like he was in for a big year and he's a stud, bro. Like that guy's a stud. I also think he has the right mentality going about it.
Yeah, I agree. He he should be like a team captain in my opinion. I love Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah, I think him and Quinnen are like defensive team captain.
Yeah, were they captains last year? Wasn't he a captain or no?
No, it was Quinnen and CJ.
CJ. Yeah.
He should be. I think Jermaine is like that type of person that you'd want to pay. Like you pay him and he wouldn't pull a Muhammad Wilkerson and become a fat piece of shit. But the Achilles just throws everything off. It's going to be like a huge year for him. If he looks good, I would have no problem paying him. Like he's great. He's your Josh Allen stopper. Like that's what you need. Like when Josh Allen doing his QB draws and bounces it to the outside, you don't have Michael Clemens whiffing on the tackle every time. It's like the most frustrating thing ever to watch.
Say he has like 8 sacks, like 40 pressures, and 18 run stops. Like, what are you paying him? Like whatever he wants.
Not whatever he wants. What's like the going rate for an edge right now? For a stud edge?
All right. I'm trying to comparable. Josh Sweat. What was the Josh Sweat contract?
I'm gonna give you. I'll give you the numbers right now.
He got a 4-year 76, which is.
So
I feel like Jermaine.
Go ahead.
Is better than Josh Sweat.
Josh Sweat got 19 a year, AAV.
Yeah, so I would pay Jermaine like 22 if he had that year. He's not that old. He's like what? Jermaine was drafted a little older, but what is he like 26 right now?
Yeah, he's 26.
I'll give you some other numbers and names here, so you can kind of. I mean, Nick Bosa 34 AAV, Hines Allen 28, Brian Burns 28, T.J. Watt
28.
Yeah, T.J. Watt, Brian Burns, and Hines Allen and Bosa are essentially in that 28 to 35 range, and obviously you have like Daniil Hunter at 35.
I think if Jermaine Johnson were to have that season, a fair number for him would be like 24.
In like the Montez Sweat, Rashawn Gary, Trey Hendrickson.
I'm fine. That's like where he is.
Yeah. He's not like top notch, but
Dan,
I'm hoping he has that season, man.
Dude, if he didn't tear his Achilles, he might have been the first one to be extended. And had a monster year last year. I could totally have seen that gotten done. That sucks.
It fucking sucks.
It's just because it's such like a premium position.
Oh yeah. No, they killed that draft, man.
I'm personally a big like trade Breece Hall kind of guy.
Yeah.
I think
I don't hate that, man. I really don't.
Like Washington 2nd round pick. So end of the 2nd round, give them Breece Hall for their 2nd round pick. You can take a running back there if you want. This draft is stacked with running backs.
I wouldn't even do that. I would take a running like I would use that pick. So then I would go Membu. Dude, then you could take like a defensive tackle in the early 2nd.
Yeah, there you go. Because Braylon Allen can be a starter for a year if you need him to.
And to your point, I don't see the Jets paying Breece Hall.
No,
it's not going to happen.
No, you're right. Get the value for him now.
It's not going to happen.
If they get a late second, I'm all for it. I just think he would go. Washington makes so much sense, though. That's a really good call.
That's a good. Have you seen that, or was that just kind of
No, I just thought of it. Like, why would they not give him to Washington? They're obviously a team contending, and Brian Robinson is like, he's slow.
Mid.
He
mid.
can't do it. Austin Eckler is old. Like,
Nice.
they need a running back to take some pressure off of Jaden Daniels. Give him Breece Hall for a draft pick. We could take a running back at some point in this draft. There's the kid from UCF that's a stud in the mid rounds. Like, we can replace him in this draft, and we're not going to extend Breece Hall because we have so much more to like get done.
RJ Harvey. I'm with you. I would love that. I would totally be with that. They're not going to keep him. You might as well get value. If you're basically getting your I don't want to say you're losing a little bit of value, but I mean, you're getting a pick in the same round that you took him in like fucking three years ago for a running back with a new regime that you like. I'm for post ACL tear. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm doing it.
Even if you drop back around, like, you can still get a stud like replacement in any position.
Would you trade him for a 2026 second rounder, but it ends up being like in the upper middle end?
Run it.
You'd run it?
Let Braylon Allen take the workload for a year. He's a young kid. He's jacked out of his mind, so he can take the punishment. Just
I would
let him run it.
You run Isaiah Davis and him into the ground. It's
Isaiah Davis is better than people think.
He is. He's arguably, you could argue, a little bit better than Braylon Allen.
He's more explosive.
I would agree. I think he hits the hole harder. I do think Braylon Allen kind of teetered off a little bit more than I would have liked towards the end of the season last year.
I was at the Tennessee game. That was the best he ever looked. He had 2 touchdowns. After that, he just fell off a cliff. So
I know.
If you can get value for Breece Hall, if you get a second next year, like, why not? Just run it. Give him to a contender. We're obviously not making the playoffs this year. If we do, we're a 7 seed. Just give him to a contender. Let us recoup some value, and then replace him down the line.
I'm with it. I like the cold, the cutthroat mentality, especially with running backs. I hate paying running backs.
It's nothing against Breece Hall either. I love Breece Hall, but like you
only pay a running back if you're like the Eagles. That's it. Like, if you're just like, all right, Saquon's out there, we're trying to compete, like, let's pay Saquon. If you're the fucking Jets with like your win on your over under wins is 5.5. I don't know what Breece Hall's doing for you in the Big 2025. I would be with it. It's a hot take, but I'm with it.
I don't think it's that hot. I agree. I think we're gonna wrap this up. But dude, thanks for coming up. We do appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Fellas.
Take it easy, bro.
Catch
Have
you
a good
later,
night.
You too.
We had a good hour 45 stream.
We are still live right now, by the way.
I know.
Oh, I didn't know if you knew, but yes, we're probably gonna wrap it there. We still have 157 people in here. So.
Is that views or is that viewers?
It's gone down, so I want to say it's active viewers. You just muted yourself.
That's wild.
So yeah, we will end it here, but right there on the Twitter or X or whatever the hell you call it, NYJ_Vultures Row. It's been a crazy week. So
yeah, it has been a crazy week. We're gonna come back with an episode next week, and who knows, maybe we'll fucking record one this week. Like,
yeah, there's a high possibility that could happen as well.
Yeah, like, we'll just start doing stuff like this. It's fun. Hopefully we get some more people coming up. That was awesome with Barles. Yeah, I think that's it.
All right, people. We appreciate you.
Thank you, guys.